Hello everyone, welcome back again to the channel PantherSchools. My name is Amit Singh, and here we are again back with another Salesforce scenario where we are going to complete the scenario which we discussed in the previous video. So if you are new, you have missed the previous video, please go ahead and watch the previous video so that you can uh, cop up with us, you can complete the complete scenario, and you can understand what exactly we are talking about here. So quick recap, in the previous video we have basically developed a screen flow where we are getting the open cases under a specific account, under the given account. We are displaying those in the form of table. We are asking the user to select the case status. Then we are displaying the information so that user can review and then take the further action. We are going to continue from there, but before we go, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead, subscribe our channel, press the bell icon, set the notification to all, share with your friends and colleagues so that we also get motivated. If you're getting the subscribers, numbers are getting increased. Now let's come back to the scenario. Next thing, after the user has selected, reviewed the information, and they say, okay, I'm fine, go ahead and update the record. Now we need to update the case records, those case records which we have selected over here, which user has selected to update the case information. There could be one record, there could be more than one record. That means we have to run through the loop, right? We have to basically go through a loop. For every record, we need to change the status as whatever the status whatever the status they have selected. Okay, we need to add that record in the list and do the same thing for it until unless we are in the last record, and after the last record we need to update the case. If you remember, in one of the video we talked about how you update the related information. We have seen two different ways. Today we are going to go through with the first way, which is iterating with the list of record, preparing whatever the field values we want to change, add them into the record list variable, and then after the last element update those. How we will do that, let's see. Let's look at and let's take this into action. So click on the plus sign and we will say loop. That is our element, and this is going to be the first element, so I'll say LP01 loop element, and I would say iterate over selected cases. Iterate over selected cases. What are those records where I wanted to iterate over? So I wanted to iterate over the records which has been selected in the first screen of our data table. So we will go, we'll find from case data table screen, open cases and selected rows. This is basically what this is what the list of information we wanted to iterate through. Case data table screen, under this data table screen there is a data table called open cases, and under that we have a variable called open selected. We wanted to iterate from first to last item. That is fine, we don't want to change any direction. Now our loop is going to work this way. You can see over here it is going to work clockwise. Now first thing, we need to change the status of each case. So we cannot have a DML element inside the for loop, right? The reason, because you can only update 100 records in a single transaction. There could be a possibility you have more than 100 records user has selected, and then this loop element will fail. So you cannot you cannot do something like this. You say, okay, inside for loop I'm going to say update record and I will update it. You cannot do it. Okay, this is not a best practice. You can do it, but it is not a best practice. It will fail at some point. So how we will do it? We will change the status of case record inside the for loop, and after that we will update those. How we will do it? Now there is also one limitation of Salesforce, that whatever you have received from the get record element, you cannot directly modify those. So you cannot iterate through this list of records, or if you have a list of records, you cannot iterate through and modify those. So you have to create another list and then modify those. So how we will do it? First we will go to the toolbox. We will create couple of variables. So click on new resource. Resource type is variable, and the first variable I would say where case record. This variable will be responsible for holding the information about the case that I want to update, where what status I want to update and which case I want to update. Okay, so the data type is going to be record and object is going to be case. This is going to hold the information about single case. That is why I will not check allow multiple values. Click on done. I will create another variable. You also have to create another variable, and you say, I would say where case records to update. This is going to hold the list of case records which we will be eventually using to update the cases. Okay, so I will select allow multiple values. You also have to select it. Data type is going to be record again. Object is going to be case. Not available for input, not available for output. Click on done. So now you've got your resources available. So under this loop element, what you have to do is, first we are going to add an assignment variable. We will say assignment. So it's going to be AS01, and we will say change the case status. And then what we are going to do is, we are going to change the status of the case which we are working in this loop, inside this loop, right? So how we will do is, we'll say variable case record, the variable which you created. Okay, variable case record dot status equals which status, which has been selected under this case status screen. So we'll go to the value case status screen, case status. Now in this particular line, or in this particular row, what we said is, we said okay, we wanted to change the status of the case to whatever the status user has selected. But which case? We don't know, right? Which case? So for this, you also have to do one more assignment. You will say where case record dot id. So to update any case, any object, you need id, the id of the record, equals which case we are talking about. We're getting that case information in this loop element. So go to the value section. Under the loop, you'll find current item from loop. There is only one loop, and then you will say id. So now you have said, okay, for this case, I want to update the case status. Now this is a single case. This will happen for all the cases. If there are 10 cases, it will happen for all 10 cases. Now what you do, you have to add one more assignment and say AS02 and say add case to the list. Because we can have multiple records, right? Not only one record. Now whatever the variable we prepared here, whatever the case we have prepared, we will add into our resource called where case records to update. So we will say where case records to update. Operator is going to be add, and what we are going to add? We are going to add where case record. So when you will be selecting where case record, it will take like this. It will automatically append a dot next to it. So you need to remove this period sign, you need to remove this dot sign, and you are done. Now this will happen for every single case. This will happen for every single case. Let's say this for loop is having 2 records. So the first record will come. It will assign the status to the status field. It will assign record ID to record ID field. It will add this case to the list. Then the same thing will happen for the second record. After the last record, now we will use update record. We will say update records, sorry, it should be UR01. This is the first element, and we will say update case records. Use IDs and all fields values from a record or a collection variable. Yes, because we already have a collection variable. So we will select where case records to update, and we're done. Add a fault path. If there is any error, connect it to the error screen, and you're done. After you have updated, you need to basically add another screen, which is going to be S05, that is the success screen. Hide the header, hide the pause button, and hide the previous button. We don't want to go back to previous now from here. And for next label, we will say open cases. Okay, that is just the open cases, or we will say next. Let's keep it as finish only. Don't want to change it. Now here we will display a message. We will say display text, and we'll say DT success message. And now here you can just have you can say the selected status. You can say the selected status. Select the status which has been selected from the screen component, which is case status, has been updated to the selected cases. Now if you want, you can again add a data table in the same screen to display that okay, these cases has been basically updated, but there is no need to add another screen, because users already know that they have selected some cases which has been updated to this status, whatever the status they have selected. Click on done, and if user clicks on finish, they'll go back to the data table screen. So this is basically going to be your complete flow. Okay, it's not that much complex. We just have different screens, that's it. Okay, now let's go ahead and click on debug, because we are going to debug it. And we have this account open called Burlington Textile Corp of America, which has two open cases. So provide the record ID as an input. Click on run. We got two cases. I'll select both of them. Select status. I would say working instead of new. I would say working. Review information. You can see status is new here. Update status. The selected status working has been updated to the selected cases. If you click on finish, run again, you can see here the status is now showing as working. Right now status is now showing as working. So that's it. Now this is working fine, right? You have tested it. Now you wanted to activate it. So let's activate this flow. And after activating, the next part of requirement is that you need to add a new tab into the account detail page, which will say bulk update cases or bulk update case status, right? So click on the gear icon. This is the third icon from the top right next to your profile picture, or if you have not added, next to the user icon. Click on edit page, and you by default, if you select landed to details or related, doesn't matter. You just click on this. If you hover on this tabs, on the right hand side you will see a button called add tab. Click on it. Now the last one, which says details, click on this. Select the details and go to the top, which will say custom, and give the name. We'll say bulk, or we'll say update case status, and click on done. Now you got related, details, update case status. Click on this update case status tab. You will see there is nothing added as of now. Now from the left hand side under the components tab, click on search, which will say flow. Drag and drop under the tab update case status. For the flow, search for your flow, that is bulk update case status. Bulk update case status. Select it, and while you are again on the properties of your flow, you remember that there is a variable record ID which we have basically marked as input, which is going to take the input. And there is a checkbox below to it, says pass record ID into this variable. So if you check this checkbox, record ID will dynamically passed to this variable. Now go ahead and click on save. If it is asking to activate the page, please go ahead, activate it. Depending on your need, do you want to make it as org default? Do you want to make it as app default, like you want to do it for sales console, or you want to do it for service console only? uh, you do it. I'm going to make it as org default because I don't want to make it more complex, and I don't have any other user in my org. Okay, so after activating it, after assigning it to the correct application or correct configuration, go back to your lightning record page, record detail page. Now you can see that update case status is available. Click on it. You will see that okay, all the cases are available now. If you say okay, I'm selecting this, select status. Now I'm going to close these. So if I close these cases, I go back to this tab, I should not see the open cases no longer, because there are no cases. Review information, I would say okay, update status, case has been closed, finish, and now there are no records, which is perfectly fine, which is working fine now, right? So that's it for this scenario. This was the second part of the scenario where we had a requirement to bulk update the case status from the account related page. So this is it for this video. Thank you for your time. And before you go ahead, please do like, share, subscribe the channel, press the bell icon, and we will meet in another scenario in the next video. Thank you.